Hello, my name is Wayne Tahara. I'm locally known as Mr. Origami. I'm a retired teacher. My purpose or my community service is providing free origami materials and instruction to both groups and individuals. In this series, we hope to introduce you to 3 ideas. 1, OA3, origami anywhere, anytime, out of anything. 2, origami is really easy to do as long as you take simple steps at a time. And 3, origami is very useful and practical. And in this series, we hope to emphasize the use of origami as well as just making the models. These are some of the materials that you can use for origami. For most of the origami I use ordinary duplicating paper, 8.5 by 11. You can use almost any type of paper, from gum wrappers to whatever you want. But for most of the things you can use plain ordinary duplicating paper, white, or it comes in obviously different colors. The colors are more expensive. You can also buy relatively inexpensive origami online. The basic size usually is the 6-inch or the 9-inch size, also available in 4-inch or 2 inches, but it's better to probably start with the little larger size. It's a little easier to work with. The other piece of equipment you may want to get is a rotary paper cutter. The rotary paper cutter is very safe, and I've used it with children as young as 3 years old. This particular one you have to lock down before you cut, and you just slide it. See how easy it is to cut. We're going to start by showing you some basic folding techniques. I want to make one thing, a very important point though, is that there is no right way to fold. Each person is going to fold a different way or whatever way is more comfortable to you. I will show you a standard folding technique which when you're beginning, if you follow it, will help you make easier for you and make it more successful for you. Okay? The basic folding technique is to bring, and I'm going to do it with 2 types of paper, square and the rectangular. I'm going to start with the rectangular sheet, is to take the sides that you are fold opposite, the edge that you want to fold, bring them together, hold them firmly, slide your finger out to the middle of it, and then slide each way. Okay? Doing it the other way, again, I'm going to bring the edges that I want to fold together, line them up, hold them firmly, slide my hand out to the middle, and then fold it both ways. Same is true for a square sheet of paper. I'm going to bring the edges I want to bring together, hold it, slide it out the middle, and then slide it both ways. Again, bring the edges together, slide my hand out, fold it both ways. In folding, the direction that your folds are going is very important in some cases. You'll notice on this particular one, the folds are all going up, okay? Now I'm going to turn it over, or I'm going to turn it so that those folds are up, and I'm going to take it and fold it in a rectangular shape. Put the edges together, so hands out. Do it both ways. You'll notice that the rectangular shapes are now going up and the diagonal folds are going down. This is the basic fold for 2 of your basic origami models, the pyramid base and the bird base. Depending on which way you do it, if I push up from the middle, it's going to collapse. In this case, it's going to collapse into the bird base. If I open it up and push it up from the middle the opposite way, it's going to collapse into the pyramid base. For this session, we're going to show you how to make a paper cup. The paper cup is one of the more useful origami models, not only because you've probably had the experience where you wish you had a cup to get a drink at a place, or just something that you could put something in by simply opening it and flattening out the bottom. Of course, you can make it into a popcorn or candy container for yourself. Okay? The paper cup uses a square sheet of paper. Okay? And it is very easy. It only requires 2 or 3 folds. You start by taking 2 opposite corners and putting them on top of each other. Slide your hand out the middle, down each side, there. Now I've got this turned over. You would be doing it with the point towards you, but I've got this upside down to make it easier for you to see. I'm going to take one of the bottom corners, it doesn't matter which one I use, and I'm going to bring it over and put it over into approximately the middle of the opposite side. It doesn't have to be too accurate, because you'll adjust it and then flatten out that side there. Okay? Now I'm going to open it up, and I created a new corner here. I'm going to take that other bottom corner and I'm going to put it on top of that spot, that new corner I made right there. Okay? Flatten it out. I'm going to take my original bottom corner and I'm going to put it on top of that corner I just created and flatten it out. Okay. Now I have created 2 flaps here. I'm going to fold one flap forward and one flap back. And voila, I've created my paper cup. Okay. Let me do that again one more time for you. I'm starting with a square sheet of paper. I'm going to take opposite corners, put them on top of each other, flatten them out. Then I'm going to take one of the bottom corners, bring it over, put it on the middle of the opposite side there, flatten it out, open it up. That new corner that I've created there, I'm going to mark it there, make it easier for you to see. Can you see that? And I'm going to take the other corner, I'm going to put it on top of that, hold it, flatten it out. Take the original corner, put it on the new corner I just created, flatten it out, and then just fold my flaps forward and backward. The other thing that I forgot to show you is to use a rectangular sheet. Most paper you have is not square, so how do I make the cup out of a rectangular sheet of paper? I take the short side and fold it along the long side. Take that back, fold that corner over, and now I have my triangle again, and I do the same thing. I fold it over to the middle of the opposite side, flatten it out. That new corner I created right there, I'm going to take the other corner, put it on top of it, flatten that out. The new corner I created here, I'm going to bring the other corner over, put it on top of it, flatten it out. And then again, with my 2 flaps, fold one forward and one backward. The other way to do that is to cut off that extra piece. Cut or tear it off. I'm just going to fold it over so I have it there, and then just tear off the extra piece. Okay? And then make the cup the same way I would here, the other way. Fold your flaps forward and backward. We mentioned when we showed you how to make the paper cup that it was one of the more useful models that you can use in origami. Besides being just a paper cup, it also is a greeting card for all occasions. And to convert it into a greeting card, what we're going to do is to take these flaps and fold them inside to give us more of a writing area, okay? So the flap that's on this side, which is the flap that is on the side, which is flat here, we're going to take that and we're going to tuck that into the inside of the cup. Just fold it back into the inside of the cup, like that, okay? The flap that is on the other side, we can leave there, or you can tuck it inside the flap that is there. That sort of locks those flaps there when you do that, okay? Now on this side we have a nice writing area here. And as I mentioned, this makes a tremendous greeting card or an award card. Thank you. I hope that you will find this both enjoyable and helpful.